Have you ever been told that eggs are the perfect protein? That if you're over 60, a couple of eggs in the morning is all you need to protect your muscles? Well, eggs are excellent. No doubt. But what if I told you as a natural, whole food that delivers more usable protein per serving, is easier on digestion for many older adults, and comes with powerful nutrients that support joint health, skin elasticity, and even your gut lining? You see, after the age of 60, your body doesn't just want more protein, it needs it. But not just any protein. Your body needs bioavailable, complete, and absorbable protein to fight what we call sarcopenia, the slow, silent muscle loss that steals strength, balance, and independence with age. Most people don't realize the type of protein you eat, and when you eat it, can make the difference between building lean mass or losing it, between waking up energized or waking up stiff and fatigued. Let me ask you something. Have you noticed your muscles feel softer, or that your skin's to sag more than it used to, even though you're eating healthy? That's not your fault. Which means, and it's not just yoging, it's often a sign of undernourished muscle tissue, even in people who eat enough calories. And here's the twist: you may be eating protein, but your body might not be absorbing or using it properly. Here's why this matters so deeply. Muscle mass is one of the strongest predictors of longevity. Low muscle mass increases your risk of falls, fractures, insulin resistance, and even cognitive decline. And if you're not absorbing amino acids efficiently because of poor digestion, low stomach acid, or inflammatory foods, your body can't rebuild or repair efficiently. Now, here's where it gets exciting. There's a whole food, natural, time-tested protein source that outperforms eggs in digestibility, collagen support, and amino acid utilization. It's not a trendy powder. It's not synthetic. It's something your ancestors probably ate more of than we do today. In today's video, really when you're hungry, we utilize a 60 and better to better explore what as you age, and how to make time for that process spluters, and how to combine nutrient timing and food synergy to protect your muscles without relying on expensive supplements, and how to support digestion naturally so your body actually uses the food you eat. We'll also share 3 natural protocols to eat smarter, not harder, enhance muscle protein synthesis without overloading your kidneys, and promote graceful aging with better mobility, strength, and skin tone. So if you care about sleeping deeper, healing faster, which means an aging with energy, make sure to watch until the end and subscribe so you don't miss the natural wisdom your body is craving. You've probably been told that if you're eating enough protein, body will take care of the rest. But after age 60, it's not just about how much protein you eat, it's about how well your body uses it. Let me explain what's happening inside your body. As we age, something called anabolic resistance begins to set in. That's a fancy way of saying your muscles become less responsive to the normal signals to grow or repair. Think of it like your body's muscle building antenna isn't quite picking up the signal like it used to. And even if you're eating enough protein, like eggs in the morning, your digestion and absorption systems might not be doing their job as efficiently. You see, to actually absorb and utilize protein, your stomach needs to produce adequate hydrochloric acid. But most people over 60 are dealing with low stomach acid, not too much. This makes it harder to break protein down into absorbable amino acids. It's kind of like having the right building materials, but your construction crew is working with dull tools. Now here's where eggs come in. Eggs are still a great food. They're complete proteins, which meaning they contain all 9 essential amino acids your body can't make on its own. But here's the catch: eggs are relatively low in glycine, an amino acid that becomes more critical for older adults. Glycine helps your body produce collagen, detoxify through the liver, and regulate inflammation. It also improves sleep depth, which is when most of your muscle repair and growth hormone release actually happens. So even if you're eating eggs, your body might still be undersupported in some of the amino acids that matter most after 60. This is where choosing the right type of protein becomes essential, not just hitting a number on a nutrition label. So what can you do about it? Here are 3 practical things that help your body absorb and use protein better. Starting today, support your stomach acid naturally. Try 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar in a small glass of water about 10-15 minutes before your protein-rich meals. This helps boost stomach acid and primes digestion. Another option: Swedish bitters or ginger tea. Spread protein intake evenly, but front-load your day. Studies show that consuming 30 grams of quality protein at breakfast is more effective for muscle maintenance than saving it all for dinner. Body is more insulin sensitive and metabolically active earlier in the day, especially after a fasting window overnight. And glycine rich to your protein strategy. Eggs are great, but add foods like bone broth, slow-cooked meats, or collagen powder to your weekly meals. These supply the missing amino acids your body now relies on more heavily for repair, sleep, and tissue integrity. Remember, you don't need to eat more. You need to eat smarter. in sync with how your physiology changes with age. And here's the hopeful part: your body is still designed to heal and rebuild. It just needs the right environment. By supporting digestion and choosing more bioavailable protein, you're not only protecting muscle, you're supporting your joints, skin, sleep, and even brain health. If this is helping you see health differently, tap the like button. It helps us reach more people who need this. And if you're learning something new, subscribe, because there's more natural healing wisdom to come. Now that we've explored how your body changes the way it absorbs and uses protein after 60, let's talk about the food that can change everything: collagen-rich broth, especially from grass-fed sources. Yes, bone broth, one of the most ancient, humble, and underestimated healing foods we have. But don't let its simplicity fool you. From a physiological standpoint, this is one of the most complete tools we have for restoring tissue, protecting joints, and preserving lean muscle mass naturally. Let's unpack why this food is so powerful, especially for older adults. First, a quick refresher: eggs, chicken breast, which means, and even some protein powders offer complete proteins, but they're relatively low in glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline, amino acids that make up the scaffolding of your connective tissue. These amino acids are not just about appearance or skin tone. They are vital for ligament and tendon strength, gut lining integrity, and which supports nutrient absorption, wound healing, and muscle repair, and even detoxification through the liver's methylation pathways. Now, here's the part most people miss: after 60, your body naturally produces less collagen. That means your skin gets thinner, your joints get stiffer, and your muscles become more prone to tears or delayed healing. But here's the good news: your body is designed to regenerate. You just need to feed it the right materials. And that's where collagen-rich growth comes in. When you slowly simmer bones, joints, and connective tissue, especially from grass-fed or pasture-raised animals, you extract these hard-to-get amino acids in their most absorbable form. In fact, research published in Nutrients 2019 shows that collagen supplementation significantly improves body composition in older adults, reducing fat mass, increasing lean mass, and even improving skin elasticity. But there's more. Glycine, one of the dominant amino acids in bone broth, has a unique calming effect on the nervous system. It helps regulate GABA, a neurotransmitter responsible for deep, restful sleep. And we know that muscle growth hormone peaks during deep sleep. So collagen-rich broth doesn't just support muscle structure, it helps optimize the internal state needed for your body to rebuild itself overnight. Here's how to start using it: sip 1 cup of warm bone broth mid-morning or late afternoon. This timing works beautifully with intermittent fasting, especially if you're breaking your fast with broth before a protein-rich meal. It gives your gut a gentle buffer, provides electrolytes, and primes your system for nutrient absorption. Use bone broth as a base for soups, stews, or even savory smoothies, and a scoop of grass-fed collagen peptides to boost glycine content further. Just make sure the product is third-party tested and from a clean source. Collagen quality matters. Combine collagen with light resistance movement. Studies show that taking collagen peptides an hour before light exercise, like walking weights or body weight resistance, helps direct those amino acids into connective tissues, making tendons and ligaments stronger, not just muscles bigger. And here's a powerful synergy: collagen, when paired with vitamin C, found in bell peppers, leafy greens, or a squeeze of lemon, dramatically improves collagen synthesis in your body. Just adding lemon juice to your broth can make it even more effective. You don't need a powder with 20 ingredients or an expensive supplement stack. You need what your ancestors ate: the wisdom of slow cooking, the healing matrix of real food, and the consistency of daily rituals that match how your body naturally works. This is the kind of nutrition that helps your body do what it was designed to: dog, repair, rebuild, restore. If this inspired you to see bone broth differently, give this video a like. It helps others find this kind of natural wisdom. And if you're not subscribed yet, this is your invitation to join us. There's so much more your body can do when you give it what it truly needs. Most people think muscle is built in the gym or from protein, and that's partially true. But here's something hardly anyone talks about: your muscles are actually repaired, rebuilt, and strengthened while you sleep. Not during your workout, not during your meals, during deep, restorative, hormone-regulating sleep cycles. Now, this is especially critical after age 60, when the body's ability to recover and maintain lean mass naturally starts to slow. But it's not because your body is failing. It's simply because your internal environment, the hormonal and cellular signals that build tissue, is shifting. Let me show you how it works. During the first few hours of deep sleep, your body enters what we call slow wave sleep, also known as stage 3 non-REM sleep. This is when your pituitary gland releases growth hormone, a key compound for repairing muscle tissue, stimulating collagen synthesis, regenerating organs and bones, and even metabolizing fat. In younger people, this hormone pulses easily. But as we age, and especially if sleep is poor, those pulses get smaller or more irregular. So even if you're eating well and staying active, your body might have the hormonal conditions it needs to fully rebuild. This is why so many older adults feel like they're working hard, but not recovering, feeling sore, weak, or stiff the next day. Here's the good news: your body is still capable of deep healing sleep, but we have to support it nutritionally and behaviorally. Let's look at what blocks growth hormone and muscle repair at night, and then how to restore the natural cycle. First, the enemies of deep muscle repairing sleep: too much insulin at night. High carb, late night meals blunt growth hormone release. Blue light before bed. Light from screens suppresses melatonin production, which you need for the initiation of sleep cycles. Low glycine levels. Glycine is a key amino acid that helps regulate body temperature, calm the brain, and deepen sleep stages. Most people don't get enough. Now, here are 3 natural ways to turn your sleep into your strongest recovery tool. Eat your last meal at least 3 hours before bed, and make it low in carbohydrate. This supports your body's natural nighttime fat burning and hormone releasing cycles. A meal rich in protein, non-starchy veggies, and healthy fats like salmon with spinach and olive oil gives your body what it needs without spiking insulin. Use glycine-rich foods or supplementation in the evening. As we discussed earlier, bone broth or collagen powder is rich in glycine. You can also find it in gelatin, skin on poultry, or a supplement for 23 grams taken 60 minutes before bed. Studies show glycine can reduce sleep onset time, improve sleep depth, and reduce next-day fatigue. Support melatonin naturally through light habits. Avoid screens for at least 90 minutes before bed. If that's difficult, use blue light blocking glasses or install a red light filter on your devices. Even better, go outside first thing in the morning for natural sunlight, which sets your circadian rhythm for better melatonin release at night. And remember, you don't need to fight your body. You just need to understand it. Your body wants to heal. It wants to rebuild muscle. It wants to protect your bones, balance your hormones, and keep you strong. But it can only do that if you create the internal conditions for it to work with you. If you've ever woken up feeling achy or tired, even after a full night's sleep, it's not just age. It's usually the quality of sleep. And the good news is you can influence that. Try this tonight. Make your last meal 3 hours before bed. Skip the starches and some glycine-rich broth or a scoop of collagen. Turn off your screens and dim the lights. You may be surprised by how much deeper you sleep and how much more alive and stable you feel the next morning. If this is helping you connect the dots between sleep, hormones, and healthy aging, tap the like button and subscribe if you want more natural health strategies that actually make sense for your stage of life. Which means, by now, you understand that your body doesn't just need protein. It needs the right type of protein and a strong digestive system to absorb it. But there's another often overlooked piece of the puzzle that can truly change everything for muscle preservation and aging gracefully. And that is when you eat your protein matters. Possibly as much as what kind you eat. This may seem like a small detail, but it's one of those moments that connects the dots for many people over 60. Here's what we know from both functional medicine and modern nutrition science: as you age, your body becomes less efficient at turning protein into muscle. This is known as anabolic resistance, and it means your muscles need a stronger signal to grow or maintain their mass. That stronger signal doesn't just from protein quantity. It comes from timing, rhythm, and what else you eat with it. Let me explain. In your younger years, which means your body could turn almost any protein meal into building blocks. But now it needs more precision. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who evenly distributed their protein intake across meals, rather than consuming it all at dinner, maintained significantly more muscle mass. But it goes deeper. Morning and midday protein intake is especially powerful. That's because your body is naturally more insulin sensitive earlier in the day, meaning nutrients are used more efficiently, which means, and muscle cells are more receptive to amino acids. If you've been skipping breakfast or starting your day with toast or fute, you're missing a huge opportunity. You're starting your engine without giving it the high-grade fuel it needs to build and repair. Now, here's where it gets interesting for those who practice intermittent fasting, especially time-restricted eating like an AG6 or 16G8 pattern. If you break your fast with a protein-dominant meal, rich in leucine and glycine, you not only kickstart muscle synthesis, you also help balance blood sugar and improve metabolic flexibility throughout the day. Here are a few powerful, natural protocols to get the most of your protein intake. Aim for 20, 50, 35 grams of high-quality protein within your first eating window. That look like pasture-raised eggs plus a scoop of collagen powder and broth, or grilled salmon with steamed greens and olive oil. This early signal helps activate muscle repair pathways, especially when your digestive enzymes are fresh and your body is primed for nutrient absorption. Distribute protein evenly across 203 meals instead of loading it all at dinner. Your muscles can only use so much protein at once, typically 30 to 40 grams, before the excess is either excreted or converted. Think of it like watering a plant. A steady stream of the day is better than flooding it once at night. Combine protein with functional movement. After your protein-rich meal, take a 15-minute walk, do light resistance bands, or practice balance work. This movement opens up the muscle tissue, helping direct amino acids into cells where they're used for rebuilding, not stored. You don't need to obsess over macros. You just need to start thinking like your body does in rhythms. Food isn't just fuel, it's a messenger. And when you eat with your body's natural cycles, you send the messaging: build. repair, maintain strength. That's the opposite of the message many unknowingly send when they skip breakfast, snack on sugar midday, and then overload their system at night with a heavy dinner. Just shifting your protein timing can result in more sustained energy, less muscle wasting, better blood sugar control, and even deeper sleep. Means, thanks to improved amino acid balance of here's a simple challenge for the next 3 days, make your first meal of the day protein focused. Then spread the rest of your protein throughout the day, aiming 250-135 G window per meal. Track how you feel. Notice your clarity, your digestion, your strength. Your body was never broken. It just needed to be listened to. If this gave you a new insight into how your body works, hit the like button so others can discover it too. And be sure to subscribe because we're only halfway through the wisdom your body's been waiting for. By now, you know that your body needs the right type of protein at the right time in the right amounts. But here's something most people, even health professionals, rarely talk about. You could eat the perfect diet, but if you're not digesting properly, your cells are still starving. That's not an exaggeration. Especially after age 60, the digestive system, particularly stomach acid and enzyme output, begins to decline. And when that happens, your ability to absorb protein and nutrients takes a major hit, which means, let me explain what's really going on. When you eat protein, say an egg or a piece of salmon, your body has to break it down into amino acids before it can use it to rebuild muscle, repair tissue, or fuel neurotransmitters in your brain. This process starts in the stomach, where hydrochloric acid or HCl plays a starring role. HCl activates the enzyme pepsin, which is specifically responsible for breaking down protein molecules into usable parts. But here's the issue: people over 60 experience hypochlorhydria, low stomach acid, not heartburn from too much acid, as many believe. In fact, acid reflux in older adults comes from too little stomach acid, which leads to food fermenting in the stomach, not digesting efficiently. If you don't have enough stomach acid, protein sits too long, digestion slows, and your intestines don't get the broken down amino acids they need. That means your muscles, skin, hormones, and brain, all of which rely on amino acids, go undernourished, even if you're eating well. So what does this mean in real life? If you've ever felt full or bloated after a protein milk, if you burp often, or feel like food just sits there, if your nails are thinning, your skin is drying, or your recovery from exercise is slower than it used to beg, there's a good chance your digestion, not your diet, is the missing piece. But here's the good news: your digestion can be naturally supported and reactivated. You don't need a pharmaceutical to improve stomach acid or enzymes. You need the right signals, the right foods, and a little bit of functional nutrition strategy. Let me give you 3 powerful natural protocols that can help restore digestive fire. Start meals with an acid-boosting ritual. Take 1 teaspoon of raw apple cider vinegar and a few ounces of water about 10 to 15 minutes before your meals, especially when eating protein. This simple practice mimics the stomachal acidity and helps activate pepsin. Another option: bitter herbs like dandelion or gentian root can trigger digestive secretions. Chew your food thoroughly and slow down. Digestion begins in the mouth. Chewing signals the production of enzymes and stomach acid. Try setting your fork down between bites and chewing each mouthful 20 or 30 times. It sounds simple, but it makes a huge difference. Use warm foods over cold, especially in the evening. Cold smoothies, raw salads, and iced drinks can dampen digestive fire in older adults. Instead, favor warming, cooked meals like soups, stews, broth, and sauteed vegetables. These are easier to break down and less stressful on your GI tract. And if your digestion is severely impaired, digestive enzyme supplement or betaine HCl under supervision can help bridge the gap until your system rebalances. Always start low and go slow, and work with a holistic practitioner if needed. Here's the empowering truth: your body isn't failing. It's simply responding to signals. And sometimes those signals need to be reset. By improving stomach acid, you're not just helping digestion. You're improving protein absorption, nutrient delivery, immune resilience, and even your brain chemistry. Think of your stomach acid as the spark that starts the engine. Without it, even the best fuel, your carefully chosen proteins won't ignite the system. So here's a challenge for you for the next 3 protein-rich meals. Try a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar before eating. Pay attention to how your body feels. Is digestion smoother, less bloating, more satisfaction after meals? These small shifts create big results. If you're starting to see how everything in the body is connected, from digestion to muscle, from timing to sleep, go ahead and like this video. And subscribe if you're ready for the final piece in this series, where we bring movement and food together for a natural hormone-reviving boost. We've covered a lot so far: how digestion changes with age, the importance of protein timing, and the hidden superpowers of collagen-rich foods. But there's one more truth that ties all of this together: food alone isn't enough. And exercise alone isn't enough either. But when you combine nutrient-dense collagen with gentle resistance training, something truly powerful happens. You activate your body's natural hormone production, especially growth hormone and testosterone, 2 essential drivers of muscle retention, bone density, and healthy aging. Now let's clear something up. Testosterone and growth hormone aren't just for bodybuilders, they're critical for everyone, especially after 60. Low levels of these hormones have been linked to sarcopenia, age-related muscle osteoporosis, and weak bones, fat accumulation around the midsection, lower energy, mood, means, and cognitive function, and even slower wound healing and skin aging. But here's what's exciting: you don't need hormone replacement therapy. Your body is still capable of producing these hormones naturally. You just have to activate the signal. And one of the best, most natural ways to do that, resistance steps collagen. Let me show you how it works. When you perform gentle resistance training, using your body weight, light dumbbells, resistance bands, or even walking upstairs, you place just enough stress on the muscles and connective tissue to stimulate repair and growth. That controlled stress triggers a hormonal cascade. Your body releases growth hormone and testosterone response, not just to build muscle, but to repair ligaments, tendons, and even support your metabolism. Now, when you pair that exercise with glycine-rich foods or collagen peptides, you're giving your body the exact amino acids it needs to rebuild the tissue you've just stimulated. You're feeding the repair process in real time. This combination, resistance, fixed targeted nutrition, creates what researchers call an anabolic window. It's a short period after training when your body is especially sensitive to nutrients and primed for regeneration. And yes, this applies even if you're in your 70s or 80s. In fact, studies show that older adults who combine resistance training with collagen supplementation see greater improvements in lean muscle mass, strength, and mineral density, grip, bond, joint comfort, and flexibility. One landmark established Journalist of Nutrition 2015 found that men over 65 who took collagen peptides while doing light resistance training gained more muscle and lost more fat than those who exercised without collagen. That's the synergy we're talking about. So how can you make this real and doable in your daily life? Here's a simple protocol. Start with a collagen-rich pre-workout ritual. About 30 to 60 minutes before your movement session, a cup of warm broth or take 10 grams of grass-fed collagen peptides, ideally with a source of vitamin C like lemon water or a few berries to boost collagen synthesis. Do 130 minutes of resistance movement. This could be chair squats, wall push-ups, resistance band rows, step-ups, light dumbbell routines. The goal is to engage your muscles without straining your joints. Even 34 sessions a week will make a measurable difference. Follow it up with a protein-focused meal. After training, give your body additional fuel, a serving of high-quality protein like wild-caught salmon, eggs with spinach, or a collagen smoothie with coconut milk and avocado. This reinforces the anabolic response. What you're doing here isn't just exercising. You're creating the conditions for your hormones to rise naturally. You're telling your body it's safe to grow. It's time to rebuild. And when you do this consistently, you'll start to feel the difference, not just in your muscles, but in your posture, energy, mood, skin quality, and even how well you sleep. Because remember, your body is wise. It adapts to the signals you give it. If you feed it inflammatory foods, avoid movement, and eat late at night, it will respond with inflammation, muscle loss, and fatigue. But if you feed it collagen, move with intention, and rest deeply, your body responds with strength, vitality, and clarity. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent and compassionate with yourself as you shift. If you're starting to feel hopeful about what your body is still capable of, click the like button and let us know. And if you haven't subscribed yet, this is the time. We're building a community of naturally minded, science-informed individuals who believe healing is always possible. Let's take a breath here, because what we've just walked through is more than nutrition advice. It's a blueprint for natural resilience rooted in how your body is designed to heal and maintain strength, especially as you age. So let's recap what's happening in your body and why this all matters so deeply. After the age of 60, your body starts to shift. Digestion slows, collagen production decreases, muscle becomes harder to build. But none of this means your body is failing. It simply means your body is adapting and asking you for different support. And once you understand how these systems work together, digestion, protein metabolism, hormones, sleep, you can stop fighting your body and start working with it. You now know not all proteins are equal. Eggs are excellent, but they're not complete on their own for the aging body. Collagen-rich, glycine-dense foods like bone broth bring in the amino acids that keep your skin firm, your joints supple, and your muscles structurally supported. Protein timing changes everything. Front-loading your protein intake, especially after fasting, primes your muscles to use those amino acids effectively, so they're not wasted. Spacing protein evenly across the day helps avoid overload and keeps your metabolism steady. Sleep isn't just rest, it's repair. Deep sleep is when growth hormone rises, and that's when muscle, connective tissue, and even your brain begin their healing work. Glycine, magnesium, and melatonin supportive habits turn sleep into your most anabolic phase. Without stomach acid, none of it works. Hydrochloric acid and enzymes are essential for breaking down protein. Without them, even a grass-fed steak won't nourish your cells. But you can stimulate digestion naturally with simple tools like apple cider vinegar, bitter herbs, or mindful chewing. Movement plus collagen creates a hormonal boost. When you do light resistance training and follow it with collagen-rich nutrition, your body responds by making more of its own growth and repair hormones, naturally and safely. Which means, and here's the message I hope you truly hear, you don't need synthetic hormones. You don't need complicated routines. You don't need to fear aging, because your body isn't broken, which means it's just looking for the right rhythm and the right materials to rebuild what time has naturally worn down. So here's your natural health challenge this week. A simple daily flow to support your muscle health, hormones, and healing without stress. Morning post fast, break your fast with 20-55 grams of protein, include collagen broth or powder, plus vitamin C, lemon water, or greens, light movement walk. Stretch or resistance bands for 15 to 20 minutes. Midday meal, protein rich and colorful, prioritize warming, cooked veggies and healthy fats, and slow down, chew fully, and give thanks for the nourishment. Evening light dinner, no later than 6:30 or 4 bed hours before bed. Avoid starchy carbs or heavy sugars. Try glycine-rich foods or supplements. Dim lights, no screens after 8:00. Give melatonin a chance to rise naturally before bed. Reflect. Breathe. Know that your body is healing. Sip warm herbal tea like chamomile or ginger. Sleep without interruption. This is when you grow. You don't have to be perfect. You just need to show up for yourself with awareness. One meal movement, one mindful choice at a time. Aging is not a decline. It's a refinement. And your strength, energy, and clarity are still available, not through force, but through alignment. Which, if you found this helpful, let us know what will you try first. Was it collagen-rich brew, a new protein rhythm, evening sleep rituals? And don't forget to subscribe and join this journey of natural healing and healthy aging. We're building a community where science, simplicity, and self-respect come together. Your body is ready. You just need to give it what it needs.